recording.
All right, Sarge, it is 10:20, 22, and we're at Metro Health. It's 19:01 hours. Sarge, I want to ask you first about August 6th, if you recall. That's the day you guys were dispatched to Mackenzie Shirilla's room. Can you tell me about that day?
So we were dispatched up to the room for a disturbance. Once we arrived up on the room, she was upset that with her dad. So I was in the room with her and her dad. And if I recall correctly, her mom was in the room too. We asked the dad to step out. He was hysterical, crying, just all upset about his daughter and so then we're trying to calm him down, and he's like, you guys probably know who I am, and you probably saw it all on the news and stuff like that. So, and he's like, at one point in the conversation, he's like, I feel like my daughter needs a psych evaluation, and he's like, because she's not thinking clearly, blah blah blah. I'll be honest, that was back in August, word for word what he said, I don't recall every word that he said. He was pretty hysterical, he was pretty upset, and we sat him at the waiting room down the hall, and that was she was upset with her dad because she wanted to leave to go to the funerals, and I guess they got in some kind of argument about it, and that was it. So
okay. So how long were you guys out with him in the lobby before you let him back in there?
What do you mean, out in the...
down the hall with him to calm him down before he walked back?
Well, I don't know what time he walked back, but we ended up clearing. We talked to the staff and said, are you guys okay if he stays up here? And with our job here, we see a lot of emotions, a lot of stuff here. So they're like, as long as he's gonna, behave himself, that's fine. So then we end up clearing, and we said something like, good luck to you, and that was it.
That was it.
Yeah.
Any insinuation or any statements that the dad made about his daughter being today or in the past?
No, he just, the only thing that I can recall on is he just made that comment, I feel like she needs a psych evaluation, because she's not thinking clearly. Okay. What that means,
Okay. Yeah, so it's open for interpretation, basically. Mm-hmm. He did not kind of go on to explain. Was there a lot of friction between her and her dad throughout her stay? Were you called there?
Well, that was the only call that I can recall that we were up there for. Did you? I don't recall any other calls up there with the family.
Okay. Who all was the mom in the room at the time of the incident?
I believe there was a female, and I believe it was the mom.
Okay.
We didn't interact with the mom at all.
I gotcha. Any mention of the deceased, the car? Dad did not say anything about, hey, she tried to kill herself, she drove into a wall?
No.
Okay. All right. So let's fast forward to 2 weeks ago almost, when two of our officers here, it was an FTO and his trainee.
Okay.
The FTO is the big guy, Mike Galassi,
okay,
and Zelinsky is the new officer. Ironically, those are the first responders at the crash, so they're the ones who actually first got there. So what happened?
So I went up to them, talked to them, because they were up here for another motor vehicle accident.
Uh-huh.
So when that patient came in, we found a magazine on him. I don't know if you heard about that or not. Mm-hmm. We found a magazine on him, and I told my officer to call out the Strongs to see if you guys found a firearm on that patient. And so I just happened to see them in the ED, and I said, hey, I told them, I said, you guys are aware of the magazine that we found, and then they're like, yeah, we've been back up to the scene. We didn't find a gun or anything. And I said, I'm like, even though it doesn't matter, I'm like, does the person have a valid CCW and not a felon? I said, anyone can carry like ammunition, like, but working here in a hospital, people see ammunition and they get a little edgy. So then, like, while we were talking, I said, did you guys ever charge that, charge out that, female yet from that crash? And he said, and like the one guy's like, no, not yet. Like kind of like saying like, hey, it's coming soon. So I said, yeah, we had a little interaction with the dad. I said, and I pretty much told them the same thing I told you. But at the end of it, like I said, I'm like, oh, I said I heard that she intentionally did it. Meaning, like, I heard that she intentionally did it through other law enforcement source.
Gotcha.
So.
Okay. So, at no point was it that you heard it from Shirilla's dad?
No.
Okay. Can I ask who you heard it from?
I was at a party and, like, there was a bunch of cops there, and it was, like, a third party.
Okay. Was it SPD officers?
No. It was the other officer that, knew. It was a kind of, like, third party.
Third parties are just cops chopping it up?
Yeah.
Okay. And so at no point in your conversation, just to be clear, did you say that Mr. Shirilla told you, my daughter needs an eval because she tried to kill herself and in the process killed the two boys? Any reference to Shirilla killing the two boys?
No.
Okay. All right. Do you have any questions for me?
No.
Perfect. LT, do you have anything?
No.
All right. Thank you. Turning it off.